Fazza, I whispered your name to the wind tonight, but the desert answered with silence and fright. The stars once danced when I called for you. Now they just flickered distant and blue. I waited in dreams. I waited in pain. Under moonlight, under rain. Each night I called, each day I cried. But your voice, it slowly died. You once wrote verses in the air. I breathe. Now your silence wraps me like a sheet. Were my tears not deep enough? Was my love not truly tough? Fazza, you are the prince, the poet, the flame, but in my heart you forgot my name. I call, I beg, I break, I fall, but you never answer my call. I still keep your picture inside my mind, a gentle smile, so warm, so kind. But time has faded that lovely face, and left behind an empty space. I scroll through memories late at night, wishing one would bring you back in sight. But photos blur and voices fade, and all that's left is the pain I made. You were the dream I dared to hold. Now you're a story that's gone cold. A voice that once lit up my day, now echoes in a hollow way. I searched for signs in moonlit air, but found no trace of you anywhere. You moved like wind, too fast, too far. While I stayed trapped where shadows are, I wear my pain like a royal crown, smiling strong while breaking down. Fazza, my soul still knows your name, but yours forgot mine, that's the shame. I built a garden with words unsaid, watered with tears my heart has shed. Each petal bloomed with silent cries, each thorn a memory that never dies. You once were the verse in every song, the reason I felt I could stay strong. Now every note just aches and bends, like love that breaks but never ends. I stood beneath the Dubai sky, hoping you'd hear my final cry. But towers stood tall between our souls, and left me drowning in silent holes. I called again, my voice so thin, hoping your heart would let me in. But the line just rang and rang again, like echoes lost in desert pain. You, the prince of words so wise, left me chasing vanished skies. Was I too soft for your bold fire? Or just a moment, not desire? My love was not wrapped in gold, but it was true, and pure, and bold. Yet truth, it seems, can go unheard, buried beneath an unspoken word. I begged the sky to speak her name, but stars grew dumb, and clouds felt shame. I searched her face in every crowd, but all I found were voices loud. His silence screamed between each line, more sharp than sword, more deep than wine. I built a castle with my pain, but all it held was winter rain. He turned his gaze to desert's face, and saw her smile in empty space. The wind still smells like jasmine skin, but every breeze reminds of sin. He took a book, a leather red. Her name, he said, still must be read. And from his lips the verses came, each syllable a holy flame. She touched my world, then walked away, left me to bleed on gold and clay. She wrote goodbye with silent lips, then sailed away on sinking ships. I wear her memory like a ring, too tight to wear, too deep to fling. And even time, that master thief, cannot erase this kind of grief. The falcons circled high above, as if they wept for royal love. The camels paused, the sand grew still, the night itself obeyed his will. I saw the cracks beneath his eyes. The poet prince had no disguise. Though kings may ride and lands may bow, he held a tear-stained prayer now. She loved me not the way I dreamed, but still, in love, I blindly leaned. I wrote her letters in the sand, and watched them fade from trembling hand. She gave no promise, wore no chain, yet I believed in love's sweet pain. And, though she sleeps in someone's grace, I still await her in this place. He closed the book and kissed its edge. then placed it on a desert ledge. This is for her. He softly sighed. Though she is gone, my poems bide. The fire had dimmed but not died out. It flickered still with love and doubt. That he sat where silence kissed the dust, where memories rot and poems rust. 5. Once believed that love was light, that it would guide me through the night. But love, he said, can sometimes be that a rope that hangs you silently. He looked toward the sky so bare, each as if her soul were floating there. Each poem I write becomes her face, each line her scent, her warmth, her grace. She left no message, drew no map, just vanished in a lover's trap. And still I search through every rhyme, glimpses, for glimpses lost in tides of time. Her name it burns inside my chest, my poems her unending guest. And though she sleeps in foreign arms, I breathe in dreams that hold her charms. That he read from paper torn and weak, his voice too raw, too frail to speak. But still the words came crashing down. They, like prayers drowned in oceans brown. She once said pain would fade with moon, that I'd forget her very soon. But pain, he smiled, is loyal more than all the loves I knew before. And in his tone I heard a storm, not loud but slow and strangely warm. This, it wrapped around the listener's skin and pulled their beating soul within. Why do I write? He asked the sand, when no one stays to understand. Why do I bleed these sacred lines, when all she loved were outward signs? She wore her pride like royal silk, while I fed pain like mother's milk. And now I live on echo's breath, my love a ghost that lives through death. He stood and wiped a falling tear. The world grew still, the skies drew near. For those who love and break in vain, my voice remains a song of pain. He wandered through the desert plain, his eyes like glass, his breath like rain. The sun rose slow, then hid again, as if it too could feel his pain. 8,000 poems in his hand, but none could help him understand why love so soft, so sweet, so wide, could break the strongest man inside. I wrote of love when love was real. Now all I write is what I feel. Hey, 1,000 scars upon my chest,